Hello One Piece enthusiasts, I'm the One Piece nerd, and today let's talk about One Piece chapter 1063. So, it's been a day since the chapter has been out. I got a lot to say about it, very few content, but a lot to talk about. Before I move on, make sure to like and subscribe, it helps the channel out a lot, and I'd really appreciate it. Now that you have, let's continue. So, the chapter starts, I want to talk about the cover page. I haven't addressed the cover page in a while. I've addressed it in my last chapter review, and this time it's for sure. Members of BlackBeard's crew are in Wholecake Island, they captured Pudding, and now they're headed back. Because BlackBeard needs to decipher poneglyphs. Now, I'm gonna self-praise myself a little bit. I made a video 3 to 4 months back when the Germa cover page started and when mysterious figures appeared in Wholecake Island. That was technically Reiju and Niji. I think it was Reiju and Ichiji, whatever. It doesn't matter. But I did say that members of BlackBeard's crew would be there. Suggested evidence was from the cover page of Volume 90 that foreshadowed members of BlackBeard's crew in Wholecake Island. And I would say it was right. I was sort of bang on. I could prove to be wrong. It could be proven to be wrong, but it's highly likely. I want you guys to go check out the video. You guys will understand further on why I said it. Now let's talk about the chapter itself. Before I move on to the egghead stuff, let's talk about the meat and potatoes. Law and BlackBeard. The confrontation was very unexpected. If we know Oda, if it hadn't been the endgame, it's nearly impossible for BlackBeard to make another major move right after making another one. Like, he makes moves but very slowly, but I guess this is the endgame, so he has to go fast. And the confrontation with Law was sort of unexpected. I expected BlackBeard to clash with the Navy or the Swords or whatever because he abducted Kobe. Since that didn't happen, the other scenario was BlackBeard basically confronting either Law or Kid, because those are the two that have allied with Luffy, and it's very likely that either one of them would come in contact with BlackBeard. I'm surprised that is Law. But again, it's also another foreshadowing from a history. Some guy on Facebook commented on this after the chapter dropped, like, Trafalgar Law is based on history's Battle of Trafalgar, where basically France fought against Great Britain being BlackBeard and France being Law, and in that battle, France escaped with their lives, but they were almost on a near-death situation, so it's theorized that Law would basically escape, but would die shortly after, which lines up very well with his use of the immortal surgery. I will make a video on that in this week because it's the perfect time to say it. And for Law to die, I think this was to be expected for a very long time. Ever since we got to Dressrosa, Law wanted to discover the will of D, and everything that went on with him in Onigashima and with him discovering the will of D. And we know D people die a lot. The D doesn't stand for dying, but anyways, not the point. Point is, he needed to use the immortal surgery, and if Law uses the immortal surgery, it will result in his death, and death is fitting for a character like that. You'd rather die doing something good rather than dying in a battle in vain. So, one thing I was scared of when I got the spoilers for the chapter was that Doc Q was gonna get the Ope Ope Nomi, and Ope Ope Nomi being one of the best fruits or the most valuable fruit in the One Piece world, I was really scared if, Doc Q is a doctor. I don't know what sort of doctor, but he's a doctor. If he gets the Ope Ope Nomi, that's basically like GG for the rest of the Straw Hats, because BlackBeard could basically be immortal, and I don't know how you beat an immortal opponent. Now, then again, thank God we got the reveals for the rest of the crew of BlackBeard pirates. They've been hunting devil fruits, so their bounty will keep on increasing. And the fruits basically complement their physical abilities, which I really like, and that creates very good matchups for the Straw Hats as well. I will get into that in a future video. For now, let's stick to Law and Law's fate, basically. So, poneglyphs. We know Law has the poneglyph from Zou, he has the poneglyph from Wano, maybe he has the poneglyph from Big Mom. Even if he doesn't, if Aokiji is on Wholecake Island, it's very easy for him to get a rob of the poneglyph. Even if it's Aokiji or somebody else in the BlackBeard crew, it's very easy to get the copy of it. Like, if Straw Hats got it while Big Mom was around, imagine how easy it is for BlackBeard to get his hand on them now that Big Mom isn't there. And apparently major fighters from the Big Mom crew are missing because they had a clash with CP0 at Wano. It basically goes to show that BlackBeard is now on the move. He doesn't want to wait any longer. Again, we said about how much BlackBeard likes to take advantage of Luffy's hard work, and this time Luffy's not the one bearing the punishment, but it's somebody else. Somebody that we as a fan base deeply care about. A lot of us, not me, but a lot of us. Anyways, so with that being said, even if Law doesn't have the sort of poneglyph from Wholecake, BlackBeard can get it very easily, and if Law does, that means only one poneglyph remains, and something's about to happen with that. And the whole pudding theory also lines up better now that the Straw Hats are almost nowhere to be found, because they have no idea where BlackBeard has no idea where Straw Hats are. They knew they'd go separate ways. One of them would end up there. It happens to be Law. He can get the poneglyph, but he can't get his hands on Robin, because Robin is the one certified person that has the ability to decipher poneglyphs, aside from Pudding. We'll get to that later, because that's not important. What's important is Law winning against BlackBeard. It's never gonna happen. Even if you guys think about it. Let's just say Law has the Oppo Nomi, BlackBeard with his Gura Gura and the Yami Yami Nomi, and the rest of the crew doesn't have any devil fruits. They're their basic skills. Van Augur, the way he was in Skypiea, before Skypiea, Jaya, my bad, yeah. Van Augur in Jaya, Jesus Burgess in Dressrosa, and Doc Q in Jaya. Everyone else, no one had devil fruits back then. Even if the circumstances were that favorable for Law, he wouldn't win, because his crew is very weak. I have to say it out loud. Other than Jean and Beppo, no one else on the crew has any sort of capabilities to go up against BlackBeard crew. And even if it's Beppo, even if he was in the Slow Long form, it's still not enough to beat one of BlackBeard's commanders, because they're exceptionally tough and they're built to be that final pillar for the Straw Hats to become for Luffy to become the Pirate King. Now, Law by himself. How much can Law do by himself? Maybe he could defeat 2 to 3 of the commanders if he were to be, faced against them. If BlackBeard wasn't there, he probably would have won or escaped properly. But it's BlackBeard, and it's very unlikely that Law escapes. Law escapes without being, severely injured. So, with all that being said and done, I think, BlackBeard does get the 3 poneglyphs. Law loses. I'm not so sure about the crew, because I have a good feeling that they're not gonna last. They're really not gonna last. It's the end for the Heart Pirates. That's pretty much it, honestly. And the whole situation coming back to Egghead, most of them being more world developments. I like how basically Oda came up with the design to make jackets the same way, like looking similar to the SSG, like symbolizing the SSG, and there's penalty to it, and we finally get to see Pacifista Kuma. Now, talking about Pacifista Kuma, I was very shocked to see Bonnie's reaction. When Bonnie said that, "It's my father, please don't hurt him," I found that to be very weird. And before that, the clarification of Kuma being Bonnie's father, I thought we got that clarification last chapter, but I guess it was for the people who were confused. Because it wasn't confirmed by Bonnie that Kuma was her father. I mean, hardcore fans that have been reading One Piece very religiously would understand it, but I think it was the clarification for normie readers, as I like to call, for them to understand that, Kuma is Bonnie's father, and this is how it's gonna go. Now, talking about Pacifista Kuma, I'm surprised to see Bonnie's reactions because I think Bonnie also fought against the pacifistas in Sabaody. I don't know how she reacted back then. She even saw the whole battle in Marineford where pacifistas came to basically help out the world government. It's very weird to think that she doesn't understand the concept of pacifistas. Like, there has to be only one Kuma, there can't be multiple Kumas, and so I don't understand why she's freaked out. Or maybe the theory that she is still a child makes a lot of sense still. She's a child, she can't differentiate between what's real and what's not. But her intelligence as a pirate, I'm not gonna doubt it. She's done a lot. She sneaked into Reverie. No child would be able to sneak into Reverie. She's not a child. She's definitely not a child. And if you're gonna throw out the logic that Bonnie's a child and that's why she doesn't understand the concept of pacifistas or Kuma being replicated, kind of sounds weird to me. But maybe it could be the factor of, the pacifista looks like Kuma, so she feels bad for hurting her father. Basically, it feels as though everyone's hurting her father because the way he resembles Kuma. The way the pacifists resemble Kuma. So that's very sad, honestly. It's very sad, also weird at the same time. And this is all I have to say for the chapter, honestly. I have a few things coming up. 2 videos that will be coming out this week. I'm giving you guys a heads up. The theory on the immortal surgery and the whole thing about BlackBeard's spiel on poneglyphs. I'm going to elaborate on them in a future video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and peace.